Hello everyone, I am Xuan Peng from Southwestern University of Finance and Economics. In this section, we are going to discuss the stockholders' equity. Before we learn stockholders' equity, let me ask you one question. Who are the stockholders? You can read a textbook, and you will find an answer that the stockholders are the owners of corporations. Then the following question is, what are corporations? We heard about this word corporation all the time, but some students might be not very clear about its definition. The first part of this lecture video is introducing the basics of corporation. A corporation is a legal entity that is separate from its owners. It has many of the same rights, duties, and responsibilities as a person. However, unlike a person who has a limited lifetime, a corporation can have indefinite life. The life of a corporation is not restricted by the physical life of its owners. In addition, a corporation's owners have limited liability, meaning that stockholders are not liable for corporate actions or debt. Furthermore, a corporate firm offers transferable ownership rights. It is relatively easy for stockholders to transfer shares to another without direct effect on the company's operating activity. There are two types of corporations. The first type is called publicly held corporation. These corporations can offer stocks for public sale. For example, Alibaba, Jingdong, and Tencent are public corporations. Some corporations do not offer stocks for public sale. We call this type of corporation private held or closely held corporation. Some famous and big companies, such as Huawei and Wahaha, are actually private held. There are usually 4 roles in a corporation's organization. There are stockholders, the board, executive officers, and employees. The first row, stockholders, own the control right of a corporation. Stockholders have voting rights. They control the corporation by voting at a stockholders' meeting and electing the members of the board of directors. In addition to voting on important issues at stockholders' annual meetings, shareholders have the right to sell their stocks and they can purchase additional shares of stocks. Specifically, stockholders can purchase their proportional shares in future issue of the company's ordinary shares. This right is called preemptive right. It can protect stockholders' proportionate interest in the corporation. Let's assume that a company's initial public offering, IPO, consists of 100 shares, and I purchased 10 of the shares. That's 10% of the equity. After 1 year, the company makes a secondary offering of 200 additional shares. Then my preemptive right gives me the opportunity to purchase 10% of the new offering, that is 20 shares. If I decided not to exercise the preemptive right, the company will sell all the 200 shares to others. Then my interest will decline from 10% to 10 divided by 300, that is only 3.33%. Shareholders also have the right to receive dividends when companies declare dividends. In addition, in the event of liquidation, the assets remaining after creditors belong to shareholders. Although all the shareholders have these rights, different types of shareholders might have different preferential rights in these events. There are 2 types of shareholders, ordinary stockholders and preferred stockholders. Why is the preferred stock called preferred? This is because preferred stockholders have preferential rights over ordinary stockholders when receiving dividends and in liquidation of assets. Sounds great, right? However, in many corporations, preferred stocks do not confer the right to vote. In contrast, ordinary shareholders have the voting rights. Usually, an ordinary stockholder has 1 vote for each share of stocks owned. Go back to the corporation organizations. The second row is the Board of Directors, BOD. This is a group of people who supervise the activities of a corporation. The board hires executive officers such as CEO and CFO. They will manage the operations of a firm. And finally, these executive officers would hire needed employees to work on detailed tasks. Thank you.